and the top story with what the Prime Minister has spoken today, inaugurating the extension of BJP headquarters in Delhi. Prime Minister Modi led an all-out attack at the Congress and the opposition, hitting out at the recently seen glimpses of the opposition unity over the disqualification of Rahul Gandhi from Parliament. Prime Minister Modi slammed it as coming together of the corrupt on one stage in a speech, in one of his strongest speeches outside of election campaigns. Let's listen in.
दो लोकसभा सीटों के साथ शुरू हुआ सफर 2019 में 303 सीटों तक पहुंच गया। आज कई राज्यों में हमें 50% से ज्यादा वोट मिलते हैं। आज उत्तर से दक्षिण तक, पश्चिम से पूरब तक भाजपा एकमात्र पैन इंडिया पार्टी है। ऐसे में देश के भीतर बैठी और देश के बाहर बैठी भारत विरोधी शक्तियों का एकजुट होना स्वाभाविक है। ये शक्तियां किसी भी तरह भारत से विकास का एक कालखंड छीन लेना चाहती है। आज भारत का सामर्थ्य अगर फिर बुलंदी की तरफ जा रहा है तो इसके पीछे हमारी एक मजबूत नींव है। ये नींव हमारी संवैधानिक संस्थाओं की है, हमारे कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल इंस्टीट्यूशंस की है। इसलिए आज भारत को रोकने के लिए हमारी इस नींव पर चोट की जा रही है। संवैधानिक संस्थाओं पर प्रहार किया जा रहा है, उन्हें बदनाम करने का अभियान छेड़ा जा रहा है। उनकी क्रेडिबिलिटी, उनकी विश्वसनीयता खत्म करने की साजिश की जा रही है। जो लोग भ्रष्टाचार में लिप्त हैं, उन पर जब एजेंसियां कार्रवाई करती हैं तो एजेंसियों पर हमला किया जाता है। मैं आपको कुछ आंकड़े बताना चाहता हूं। आज प्रिवेंशन ऑफ मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग एक्ट यानी पीएमएलए के तहत कांग्रेस की सरकार में यानी साल 2004 से 2014 के बीच 5,000 करोड़ रुपए के आसपास की संपत्ति जब्त की गई थी। 5,000 करोड़। इसी एक्ट के तहत पिछले 9 वर्षों में भाजपा सरकार ने 1,10,000 करोड़ रुपए से ज्यादा की संपत्ति जब्त की है।
And I am being joined by my colleague Megha for more on this. So Megha, a very, may I say, a fierce speech by Prime Minister, an all-out attack against the opposition, including the Congress, at a time when they seem to be at least united on Rahul Gandhi's disqualification from the Parliament.
Well, Sneha, I would use that word. It is perhaps one of the most fierce offensive that the Prime Minister has mounted on his political opponents. I mean, you saw in the last 15 days, so much has happened politically when we speak about the developments that we've been witnessing in the last 2 weeks or so. And today, the Prime Minister, breaking his silence perhaps on each one of them and giving an answer straight himself to the allegations that have been coming his way and his party's way, when he said things like, there are people and leaders who are deep in corruption, and when the agencies start working against them or investigating them, then they start a campaign to malign the same agencies that perhaps at that point in time or during their time were working just fine. At this point in time, when they are being investigated by the same agencies, you start having a problem, number one. Number two, I am seeing a a lot of corrupt people, parties coming together on one stage. Of course, he was hinting at this attempt to put together a sort of a third front that the Congress has now been doing. This after a lot of political parties, including TMC and Aam Aadmi Party, stood by the Congress after Rahul Gandhi's disqualification. The charge, of course, his attack on the opposition did not stop there. He has talked about a host of other issues, suggesting that, when it comes to the issue of corruption, here is a party, mine is a government that is going to be relentless. My government is not going to stop, no matter how much you attempt, no matter how many times you raise questions on the institutions, because he also, made a reference, a direct one, to the Congress party raising questions on the judiciary, because you've seen in the last 4 or 5 days how top leaders of the Congress, including eminent lawyers, have questioned the order that has been given by the Surat court to Rahul Gandhi, calling it absurd and bizarre. So he did make that direct reference when he said that, you start questioning the courts, you start questioning our institutions, you start having a problem. But look, you need to know that when it comes to me and the government that I'm running, this is not going to stop. We will ensure that each one of you who have a corruption charge against you or who has indulged in corruption will be brought to book. So corruption was the mainstay, and by stretch of that, he has, of course, taken on the entire of the opposition. I will not say only on Rahul Gandhi, but he's talked about many other host of parties.